Firstly, I have to confess, I'm not the person who loves to be on the front seat. I prefer the back seat. I'm Neftaly, as he has mentioned, 22 years old, from Diepsloot. I grew up there. I went to school there. I work there. I've built there, and I'm changing people's lives there. So, telling you about myself, I'm very concerned about the time. But when I was 14, I remember my father used to drink a lot. So every Friday he would eat, drink all the money that he has earned. And I had to go to school with pap and cabbage, which didn't even have a cooking oil or either a spice on top. And all I could do is just to go and hide at the bush, you know, that space where there was lots of grass, and eat my pap and go back to class after break. And that really didn't treat me well because I could see people having this, they call it Russians, Viennas, Polonies, and Archer. And all I had is just two colors, you know, sometimes you couldn't distinguish between pap and cabbage. So then I decided, what is it that I can do? I found this lady. She was busy collecting, they call it snuff. It's a yellow and a black thing, so they put them. So she came to me, she said, please collect these things for me, and then I'll give you cash. So it was 20 cents each. And then I would go to each and every rubbish bin in Diepsloot. Every time I could see my schoolmates or people that I know of, I could hide. And then, but I could pick those things, and per week I would have 30 rands, and I joined the crew of eating the Polonies and Russians. And my favorite subject in high school was business economics, because when I was 14, I was in grade 10, so I did my school very early. So business economics, I got to love it, but I didn't like the production function and the financial part of it. So then I went to an acting school in Soweto. Those of you who know Zone 14, I was taught by Popeye and Spinach. They used to smack me and say, you know what, you need to really act. And I did try that. So I looked into Diepsloot. We didn't have an acting, you know, there was nothing to keep us busy in the afternoon. And then that's when I decided, no, let me start the Diepsloot projects. We were just a group of young people playing, so we were going there to play after school. And after doing that, I didn't know that this could become something that I would live on. I found it as a trap. So what really motivated me is that sometimes God makes a way in which we do not know, and He has a plan for you, and you do not know that. But what you need to do is to follow the path that He leads you on. Within the Diepsloot Youth Projects, it used to be called Arts and Culture Project. We went there, I was criticized, labeled, called names, judged by people who earned 45,000 rands per month. And they would tell me, this is very stupid of you. And I remember I drew this structure. It was a drawing with buildings. And when I drew this picture, I said, this is what I see Diepsloot Youth Projects in the next 10 years. And I asked this other boy who was always on my side and said, will you ever manage 5 million? And he said, yes, I will. And at that time, we don't even have a bank account. And this lady came and she said, please donate 1 rand to Neftaly so that he can build his hall. And that didn't treat me well. I was really discouraged. But I said, there is this song, even though it's difficult, even though it is too far, even though the road may be tough for me, all I know that I'm going to reach where I'm going. I remember I got this space at Sanka after completing my matric. I did my matric at 16, so 17, I got into this world. Now I had to find a job. Mommy told me, you're really wasting electricity, you're wasting food, you must go to Limpopo and sit with your grandmother because here you're just useless. And I said, where do I go? You know, tomorrow morning, I went to this organization and I found they had this big open space. When I got there, I said, can I please use this space? I've got young kids that I want to bring. And God bless me, I got a job that day. They said, Neftaly, go inside Diepsloot, get people, come and do what you want to do. We'll give you 1,000 rands. And that was my salary. I was so happy. I spent 600 rands per month on DYP and 400 rands towards building my mom's house. That was my monthly expense. So then DYP we went. I remember going there while we were doing drama. We had to sit on a circle down. I was wearing these shoes that you cannot even see which one is left or right. but the sad thing about my shoe, they were all facing the same direction. So while we were sitting, and I was busy talking to them because they really saw me as a role model, these kids. And this other child said, Neftaly, am I dreaming? Your shoes are all looking the same direction. And I said, no, actually my shoes are not facing the same direction. It's because of they all look alike. That's why you're getting confused. And those shoes, I got them from my mom who was working in another community project. So they donated those shoes. So she took them for me. She said, my son, I don't have any plan, but you have to try and wear these until I get your shoes. And then from there, I was given a 24 hours notice and I was kicked out of that place. Said, you have to go because of what you're doing. It was not the people that gave me the space. The landlord of the yard said, you must go. At that time, I had computers, furniture, tables. I had this public. My organization had almost 300 beneficiaries that were coming per week. And I didn't know where to go. I went to the councillor. The councillor said to me, Neftaly, you've got the land. Go and utilize it. We went there. We met him. We wrote a letter. And then from there, okay. And then he said, I went there and we stood there for 3 months. I remember it was December while I was going home, saying I'm going to relax after a hard time. And I was kicked out again. There were these vans of police. I think they can meet the same size of you here. And then I had to take the organization to my own house. I remember I've just finished building it. The builders didn't build it well, and it was time for rain. Rain, there was lots of rain, and I had to take the computer boxes and put them aside, and I had lots of buckets because each and every whole head was leaking. So from there, I wish when I was in high school, I would have not been, I've made, my teachers my friends. Because if I could have done that, I think I would have achieved more better than what I've achieved at this moment. And again, I think they need to, if there was this thing of entrepreneurship in school, I think today, actually, 8 years ago, I would have been somebody better. So I feel, yes, as they've said, the education system is really not building, because I've done lots of interviews with young people, and it's like they didn't go to school. They really are a disappointment. Our young people in South Africa, every time I see them, it really makes me cry that, the future of where we're going is really, not bright. And again, another thing is we don't get motivation. You get me? I feel maybe it's because of we get the glasses, you eat very nice food. And I would advise, the young people that are sitting here, even teachers, please go and send this message to your learners that foreigners are seeing good opportunities in South Africa. And they're coming to overtake us, and we'll find ourselves being cleaners in the yards of foreigners because we are so relaxed and we're not using the opportunities. So the Diepsloot project, it's helping the youth to help themselves through information. We've got a job center. We do trainings on job preparations, and I've also have my furniture making business, and then I also have got shops because I didn't have access market, so I had to create my own market. But I'm always disappointed by the South Africans because every time we give them jobs, they want increase in the second month. And then also, I tried by all means to motivate them to say, guys, you know, really this is an opportunity for you. Please understand the situation and you'll grow with us. Today in my organization, I'm the director. I've got 17 staff members that are working for me. I'm talking people that are qualified, that are experienced. Some other people, if I had to look onto them, I would have to crawl down because they're so overqualified on the level that I am. And I wish those people that I was with some of them didn't have matric, but they had the potential to become something. And today, they are crying and they wish they can come back to the Diepsloot projects which they took for granted in those years. So I still urge you, we've got potential entrepreneurs. And also never think that you know better than the person who hires you. You get me? Because I have 8 years experience. Believe in me, I don't even know how to make furniture. But I know how to tell a person what design that am I looking for. And I don't use qualifications and experiences to say this matters, because I believe those people have got potential. So please, wherever you go, respect that person, and especially the teacher, because the teacher made you who you are today. And everywhere you go, you'll find a teacher, and always make sure that you use that teacher as a potential and an opportunity for you to grow. Thank you.